All righty, we are live.
Welcome everyone to our City Council meeting for November 24th. If we could have a roll call, please, ma'am, to establish a quorum.
Terry McClung,
I'm here.
Harry Meyer,
Yep.
Rochelle Moyer. Here. David Avanzino.
Here.
Steve Holyfield.
Here.
Susan Greeny. Here.
All right. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Get a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Get a second. All right, I have one item I'd like to go ahead and, we're still lacking some information on the Queen Anne, so I'd like to defer that on request of both the owner who's sick and also the Parks Director. So we'll move that to hopefully the next meeting. And also, under new business, under city clerk, I'd like to see about appointment of a deputy city clerk. So, other than that, Mr. McClung?
Can you have it, this is for the attorney, I suppose. Can you have a deputy city clerk without having a city clerk?
Yes, the mayor can make that designation.
So you don't have to have a clerk itself.
We do, but in the absence of a clerk, he can appoint someone to have that designation.
Okay.
And this is an agenda item anyway. Just an agenda item, please. All right.
Okay.
Anybody else?
About it then.
All right.
One other thing, that we don't need to, or do we need to discuss the Planning Commission's $50,000 request? We need to discuss
No,
that.
I don't think so.
Huh?
That's not on the budget, no, not on the agenda.
Okay, I didn't know if that was something we were going to discuss as an agenda item before it is put up as a budget item.
If you want to put it on the agenda, we can do it, Mr. McClung.
Oh, we can add it. Yeah, let's add it.
I think yeah, I'd like to.
Second.
All right. Under new business, discussion of Planning Commission's $50,000 budget increase. All right. Anything else, anyone? Yes, ma'am?
For the city clerk, is this something that would be a paid position then?
You want to talk, this is an agenda item setting. You have something you want to add or subtract from the
Oh.
agenda?
Nope.
Okay. Anybody else have anything for the agenda? Hearing none, all those in favor of the agenda as amended signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any approved? All right. Obviously, our minutes will be deferred until we get them caught up to date. Commission appointments, we've got a vacancy on the CAPC. Also, in your packet, you've got a hospital financials. And then the HDC, we also have a vacancy that just came up this week. So at this point, we will have public comments, and please limit your time to 3 minutes. If we have anybody from public comments,
First
come on up to the
up.
microphone, please, sir, and introduce yourself with name and address.
Jim Marple, 1A Cross Street, Eureka Springs. Did y'all know that Harry Meyer tried to sabotage the sale of Lot 5 when I put it up for sale? He told the buyers that came there that it had no available sewer connection, that if they bought the lot...
Lie.
Mr. Myers, wait a minute.
He
please.
told the
Lie.
buyers... I have witnesses.
Lie.
Witnesses.
Mr. Meyer,
Witnesses.
please withhold your comments.
I would like to reclaim my time for the time that he has wasted.
Go ahead, sir.
he told my buyers that there would be no sewer connection. And this involved a realtor, this involved code enforcement, and of course me trying to assure the buyers that yes, there was sewer connection. And recently, I'd like to talk about something else. Recently, Mr. Meyer defamed and accused Councilman Avanzino of conspiring to bring people here to talk badly about him. Mr. Meyer, you are the only one causing people to come here to talk about you.
Sir, please address
Nobody
the
else.
council, nobody else.
Thank you. Yes, I will. Harry Meyer, you are the only one causing people to stand here at this podium in order to inform people of this town the neighbor and the man you really are. If you want people to stop coming here to talk about you, then how about just simply trying to be a decent human being? You also accused Virginia Seymour of calling the police on you for shooting and killing your pet dog, Daisy, in your front yard for all your neighbors to have to witness such an unpleasant thing. By now, everybody in town knows it was not Virginia Seymour who called the police on you, it was me. And that's public record. But that didn't stop you from crossing the street to her house and shouting the F word at her. You then defamed her by calling her Miss Kravitz in the newspaper. So what I'm here today is just to say that Harry Meyer lies about he lied to the police, he lied to my buyers, he lies to the neighborhood about other people. And he is unfit to be city councilman. He uses his position as city councilman to get away with not being arrested and not being prosecuted for the things that he does, like shooting off a gun and running over a 70-year-old woman and leaving the scene. He left her there. He left her there underneath his truck and just walked in his house, never bothered to ask her how she was. And we know it was intentional because he yelled out the window, "Get out of my way." So it was definitely intentional. And I heard it. And as usual, he doesn't take any of this seriously. He is unapologetic for anything that he does. So anyway, that's all I've got to say this time.
Not sure I can follow that, but Susan Harmon, 11 Summit Street. I am a resident of Eureka Springs, but I'm also a member of the Planning Commission. And Terry, I do appreciate you asking to add that item to the agenda. I will say that after having received the budget, there is a line item in there of $50,000 under planning, but it's under grants. I don't know all the details on it. Michael just mentioned to me that Cassie thinks she may have a grant. I don't know if it's been applied for. I don't know if it's, a slam dunk or anything like that. So I would like to get a little bit more information on that for you. I know the budget, if I remember correctly, won't be approved until, is it the end of December or January? January. So we've got a little bit of time to find out what the story is on that. So I'd like to do that. But the $50,000, just as some of you are aware, we did have a discussion during our Planning Commission meeting, and we voted to ask for the $50,000 for what essentially is going to be a land use plan. So that covers a gamut of many things, anything from housing to economic development to parking to looking at some of our underperforming zones here in Eureka Springs. Perfect example is the agricultural zones. How can we use them in the future? But it is a plan that most cities do, and I don't know if Eureka has ever done one before. I know that nothing has been done of this sort on planning since I've been in town, which was 2014. So we're talking 11 years. So I'm going to try to get some more information on that for you, but obviously we always know that grants aren't always a guaranteed thing. So I appreciate you all taking it into consideration because I do believe that a land use plan is necessary for Eureka. it is a plan that would help us get through 10, 15, 20 years. Obviously, you know, some of us won't be here, but it is something that is important for a town. So, thank you.
Mr. Earl is up next.
Hello, my name is Earl Urfer. I've got a house at number 4 Cameron Street on back of Little Lake Eureka. I guess you guys all know that we've had had a tremendous sewer leak up there, and Little Lake Eureka is just destroyed as far as I'm concerned. It's black, it's awful, and I'm sure if the health department was to check that and see how much E. coli is in that, would probably be shutting the thing down. I think that little lake back there is a big draw for Eureka, and I hate to lose it. I've been back there for 14 years, and I've seen this happen countless times, over and over. The tops of the sewer, the mains, the manhole covers blow off, and every kind of thing in the world you can imagine is coming out and floating in that lake. So I hate to lose it, folks. Please help us. Let's don't lose Little Lake Eureka. We're getting so much runoff from everything that gets built up above. All that water comes down that valley and slams Little Lake Eureka, and it's filling up with a lot of silt and dirt, which, you know, but when we start getting that sewer run in it, folks, that's terrible. We don't need that. It stinks. It's disgusting. We need to do something. I don't know what it's going to be, but I beg you guys, please, let's look at it. Thank you.
That concludes our public comments.
All right, thank you all for your comments. All right, next item of business is a Public Works update. Motion to discuss.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna start with sewer updates. Wow, it's really odd. So we ordered parts this week, or last week, to rebuild both of our UV units at the wastewater treatment plant. Veolia is scheduled to rebuild the units in January, so we ordered the parts. They'll be here when they arrive. We also got a price for complete replacement units, so the UV systems are kind of antiquated. We're looking at about $240,000 if we replace them. So I've been talking to McClellan about including them as part of the remodel structure of the plant. Our effluent test reports are coming back well in tolerance with state and federal requirements. Previously, I have talked about replacing the influent valves on the SBR units. The second valve arrived today, so J.L. Bryson will be here after the 1st of December to install those valves. And then finally on the sewer update, so we had a backup that occurred that affected Little Lake Eureka. We have not seen any adverse environmental impacts, no fish kills, nothing to that extent. The sewer backup was caused by rags and grease, something people threw down their drains. It had nothing to do with a broken line or roots. My employees reported back that there was approximately 200 gallons that leaked out during that SSO. So other than that, for sewer updates, does anybody have any questions? Yes.
Have we done any testing on Little Lake Eureka to know?
I could do testing, but I have no data to support what the testing is. The state requirements are a little bit different because Little Lake Eureka is a private pond. There's no water source that comes off of that. When we have a backup that occurs that affects Table Rock Lake because of its proximity with the Missouri border and stuff, we do pull sampling out of there. I have no data before the incident happened to compare what happened right now. So if we leak 200,000 gallons, approximately 2 gallons of that, 1% of it is wastewater. The rest of it's just water. I don't know what all the rest of the runoff, how it affects that pond. I have no idea, but there is no water source. There's nobody drinking out of that lake. There's nothing like that. So there's a different set of rules that it would fall under.
Mr. Meyer?
If someone sees a leak, if they see effluent running somewhere, who do they call?
That's a great question. Don't email me because I'm not always at my computer to check emails. I'm out doing work just like everybody else is. The best course of action is call my office at 479-253-9600. If it's after business hours, call the PD at 253-8666.
Thank you.
Ms. Harmon? Gurney, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So Simon, you said it's a private lake?
Yes,
Who
correct.
owns it?
The Little Lake Eureka property owners. It's a conglomerate. All their property lines kind of go up into the middle of it that surround it.
So kind of like a little HOA kind of thing? They all pay for it?
I have no idea what they have set up out there. It's not public, so I really don't get too involved in that.
So it's not owned by the city?
No.
All right. Any other questions? We do have a property owner. Do you have some information you can share on the property of that, who owns that lake? Okay. So basically what he said was they own up to the water. We're not sure about the dam. I don't know whether we've ever
Yeah,
done
when you
any
look at the
maintenance.
property plats, so there was a time when I first got here and I was a little bit confused because when you look at the plats of Eureka Springs, it shows the reserve for Lake Eureka, Little Eureka Spring, right? And I was confused because I was like, why is this all fenced off? This is supposed to be public, but I was wrong. Little Eureka Spring is different and it sits over to the side. This property here is all private property that's owned by the people that surround that Little Lake Eureka. We have a right-of-way right there on, was that Douglas, or I can't remember that road that drives by the lake, and that's about the extent of what we own as the city, but the rest of that lake is all on private property.
So maybe I'm confused too. So Little Lake or Little Eureka Springs, is that the one like off of Armstrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's across, not,
It's on Flint.
it's down by
Flint.
Carrie Nation's
Like you
house.
walk, yes, okay, so then Little Lake Eureka, is that the one out by the lady that owns the llamas or something like that?
It's the lake that's back there. When you make the turn from Flint and Steel and Armstrong, that corner there, and there's a lake that sits back in there?
Yeah, is that the one he's talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
That's Lake Eureka. It's actually got a top in there. It used to be a swimming area for the city, swimming pool, swimming lake. Ms. Meyer?
Do you check, some years ago, I heard that the Public Works checked the E. coli in the springs
Correct.
annually. You do that.
We do that, yes.
You know, what I think's happened with your Little Lake Eureka, and it's happened quite a bit, it's probably a no man's land. I imagine the person that owned the property and sold off pieces, sold them up to the lake, and it's probably a no man's land. Probably doesn't belong to the city, but who knows who it belongs to.
Right. Right.
Mr. McClung, you got some insight?
Well, trying to remember back when Gerald owned it, Gerald and Haley, and he had control of it, and he owned up to it, and I think they had a lease with the city on it. I think the city owns the lake, but I'd have to check with Charles and see, but I think that's what the situation used to be, is that the city owned it and there was a lease arrangement. Pretty sure, but, you know, it's been a long time ago, so.
Is that like a 99-year lease, like
Yeah, it'd
like
be
the
that kind of lease.
funnel cake stand?
Yeah, be that kind of lease.
All right.
All right, we'll move on to water.
Anybody else have any questions on water and sewer for Simon?
All right, I'll go into the water updates. So we repaired a broken 6-inch water main and a 1-inch service line water leak over at 2 Hayes Avenue. Repaired a service line leak at 42 Douglas, and at this time, we're unaware of any other leaks that are occurring anywhere in the city. Any questions about water? All right, street updates. So we've been really busy installing Christmas decorations. It's been taking up a lot of our time lately. This morning, I received an email from Main Street, Eureka, that we had some broken stairs down on Tibbs Alley. We replaced those stairs this morning. We're going to pressure wash that and restain those stairs and try to replace whatever else is potentially rotted out here later as soon as we get done with the Christmas decorations, weather permitting. And then I've been doing a lot of work with the Eureka Springs Hospital. We're trying to develop a turnaround, so we're looking for boulders right now to install for a turnaround back there off of No, it's not Benton. What is that road?
Norris.
Norris, yes, Norris. They're having an issue with people parking on the helipad back there, so we're going to kind of block all that off and create a turnaround for those people that drive down that road. And we're also going to help them out by hauling some of that tree debris that's on their lot so they can maintain their lot. And then we have a contractor that just today started working on drainage and sidewalk repairs there on South Main over by the museum. So aside from for streets, that's all I have.
So I got a lot of feedback on the road being painted up in my area on Kings Highway. So very appreciative. And in regards to, Billy, you'll want to hear this, in regards to people speeding, one of my neighbors thought that having the lines has actually slowed some people down speeding up there.
Yeah, that's good. Good.
So, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, anybody else on the streets? Anything for Simon? All right, thank you very much. All right, next item under unfinished business is the sidewalks with Susan Greening. Get a motion to discuss.
Motion to discuss sidewalks.
Second.
All right, Ms. Greening?
Yeah, so, Mayor, I had sent you an email asking if what I had handed out 2 meetings ago, if it was forwarded out in an email to everybody so that they could click on the links to be able to review all of this. I sent it to Ida, and then Ida was absent, and so then I forwarded it to you, and I didn't know if it got sent out.
It just got it sent out today because it had been in the clerk's email, so I wasn't aware of it until you mentioned it, and I got that sent out today.
Okay, you did get it sent out?
I think everybody has a copy of it in their packet.
Well, what I liked about it, though, is that there's a lot of links to go to that provides more information, and so we agreed that once they got this and could look over the other information that goes with this, then we would have a better discussion.
Well, we can defer this because unfortunately,
Yes.
I wasn't aware of this because it was sent to the clerk instead of,
Okay, yeah, if we could go ahead, and do you want me to send it to council members and copy you?
I'm sorry, would you repeat that?
Would you like me to forward the email to the council members and copy you?
I've already forwarded the email to the council members.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and you should have it in your packet, I think.
It's not
Oh,
in the
no,
packet.
what you have in your packet is separate, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I think I did forward an email to people. Did anybody receive it?
Yep.
No.
All right.
I mean, I can,
If you would go ahead and just re-forward that to me.
yeah, and then, do you want me to include the council members, and then that way it's done? Save you
you
a couple
can.
keystrokes?
Yeah, blind copy, everybody, please.
Okay, and then, so then we'll defer this part till next meeting.
Yeah.
Could you make sure I get a copy too? I don't have a copy of it either, please.
Yeah, I don't have your email.
Okay.
I'll get it.
So, but let me make sure, what you sent, does it start off for a small tourist-heavy historic town? Was that part of your email?
It was,
Yeah.
this is attached as a document.
Was
to
that
an email.
part of the Well, that's what I think the council members should have, or you didn't?
It hasn't arrived, Butch.
I mean, I didn't see it,
I don't
so I thought
All
I
right.
would have been included as well.
I
Okay,
didn't see it.
let's see what happened. We can get it redone,
Okay.
so, my fault.
Yeah, I didn't get it either.
There's been a lot going on.
Yeah. If we can get that redone, then we'll go ahead and bring that up at the next council
Sure.
meeting. Okay. Okay. All right. Any further discussion on that?
No.
If not, then we will continue on to city clerk. Get a motion to discuss.
Motion to discuss city clerk?
Second.
All right, I think as you probably know, and I think I sent you all notice that our city clerk did resign today. Part of what we need to do as council members is to accept her resignation, formal resignation, so we can move on. In your packet, there's a resolution accepting her resignation. And so that's the first item we need to do regarding the proceeding forward. Everybody got a copy of that resolution? All right. What I'm looking for is someone to make a motion to assign this resolution a number and read it for passage.
I move to we assign the resolution a number and read it for passage.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right. Mr. Holyfield made the motion, and Ms. Moyer seconded to assign this resolution a number and read it for passage. And do we have a resolution number?
We do not. The last one
We
did
got to vote first.
894, so we could probably do 895.
Okay. Yeah, we will. I'm just looking for, just making sure we have a number here. All right. We got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I hate it.
All right. If there are no discussions, can we have a roll call vote, please?
I know it has to be done, but I hate it.
Harry Meyer,
No.
Terry McClung,
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer,
Yes.
David Avanzino,
Yes.
Steve Holyfield,
Yes.
Susan Green.
Yes.
Would you like to read the resolution? What,
By title only,
with the number, what number was it?
895.
895.
A resolution accepting the resignation of Ida Meyer, elected clerk treasurer, declaring the office of clerk treasurer vacant and for other purposes.
Continue on.
Do you want?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Whereas the clerk treasurer of the city of Eureka Springs is an elected municipal officer serving a 4-year term pursuant to Arkansas law, and whereas on November 24, 2025, the city received written notice that Ida Meyer, the duly elected clerk treasurer of the city of Eureka Springs, tendered a resignation from the office, and whereas the city council of the city of Eureka Springs has determined that it is in the best interest of the citizens of Eureka Springs to accept such resignation and declare the office vacant. Now therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, Section 1, the City Council accepts the resignation of Ida Meyer from the office of City Treasurer. Section 2, the City Council finds and declares that a vacancy exists in the office of the Clerk Treasurer of the City of Eureka Springs as of November 24, 2025, due to the aforementioned resignation. Section 3, the City Council shall proceed in accordance with the Arkansas law to appoint a qualified person to fill the vacancy and serve until the office is filled at the next regular municipal election. Section 4, the resolution shall be in full force and effect immediately upon its adoption.
Thank you very much. All right. That brings us up to City Clerk's Duties Ordinance.
We need to vote on the passage.
Oh,
of the resolution?
No, we already did the
Okay.
first.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get a motion to discuss city clerk's duties ordinance.
Motion to discuss?
Second.
All right. We've discovered, as most of y'all realize, that the clerk's duties sometimes, well, there was a lot of duties in there. When she's not available, it created some issues. And so what we're doing here is redefining the clerk's duties. And later on, what we want to do is to create a deputy city clerk who can be able to take care of a lot of those duties. But being that as an elected official, she is technically only required to take minutes and
Be the keeper of the records
keeper
for
of
the
the
city and to sign and attest the ordinances.
so those are the only two items that the city clerk legally has to do. So, yes, Mr. Ambrosino.
Question for the attorney. Number one, we are able to do this on a Arkansas Constitution law basis. Okay.
Yes. Now that the office is vacant, well, we could amend the duties even if the office wasn't vacant. This ordinance also has a salary change, but since the office is vacant, you are allowed to change the salary as well.
Okay.
Mr. McClung.
So will this just become a permanent employee? That's what I'm assuming.
Repeat your question
This-
again.
This assigning a designee to perform any of these duties, so you're talking about like a deputy clerk or
Correct.
whatever it's going to be, that's actually what you're doing is just hiring an employee.
Correct.
So will that be under the mayor's office? Is that?
Well, that's the second issue that we'll be discussing when talking about the ordinance for deputy clerk.
The designee doesn't necessarily have to be a new position. It can be someone who already works for the city.
Okay. Okay. So,
It would just be someone who can perform the
Yeah.
duties of the clerk when the clerk is not available.
What has changed here that's not in the original?
Okay, in the original, your current ordinance sets out the duties of the office of city clerk treasurer shall be those set applicable by Arkansas law. That has not changed much in the new provision. We just set out the statute number which defines the clerk's duties under Arkansas law. And then after that, your current ordinance assigns duties to the clerk that aren't statutorily prescribed. So you have given your clerk additional duties that she doesn't have to have. This ordinance takes those away and makes the office strictly what is defined by statute. The idea is, as you've seen, when the elected official is unavailable, city business doesn't stop just because a clerk is unavailable.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to know what are the changes?
So the changes are to the duties and then also the salary.
Which duties?
It takes away everything except what is prescribed by the statute, which in the case of the statute is
That was in the old ordinance?
In the old ordinance, it says the clerk shall be responsible for the minutes of the Eureka Springs City Council, the Eureka Springs Planning Commission, and Board of Adjustment, and Eureka Springs Historic District Commission. By law, the city clerk is only responsible for maintaining the minutes of the city council. So the rest of those boards would be removed from the official duties of the clerk position. Subsection C says the clerk treasurer shall keep all the city records, minutes, ordinances, resolutions, and copies of the municipal code and municipal fire code and the seal of the city of Eureka Springs. That ordinance or that provision of the ordinance would still be effective, just not set forth in the statute because it's already set forth in state law. Subsection D says the clerk treasurer shall sign all permits and licenses for the city of Eureka Springs in coordination with the office of the mayor, excluding those issued by the building official. That duty would be taken away from the city clerk entirely. And then subsection E says the salary for the office of the clerk treasurer shall be $48,000 per year per annum effective May 20th, 2022, and that will be lowered by this ordinance.
That will be lowered?
Ms. Green?
So in essence, this deputy would be in place until we have our next election, at which...
No.
No?
No, we're jumping ahead. This is just dealing with the clerk.
So we're talking about a $2,400 a year salary
Yes, sir.
for the city clerk,
Yes, sir.
treasurer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McClung?
Well, that is a question of mine that I have. I realize that the duties are greatly diminished for the city clerk, but they're going to be as such. Who's going to run for $2,400? Who's going to do it? Or just to have the name? I
And
mean, I don't see any incentive to get anybody to ever fill a position. You know what I'm saying?
The city attorney and I discussed this. It's up to the city council, whatever salary you want to put on here. But we realize that there's not a lot of duties involved with this city clerk's position as per the state law. Just a moment. Mr. Almanzino?
So I guess clarification.
there's a lot of,
Are we talking about the position of a
State law.
deputy clerk or the permanent city?
This is the permanent city, this is for the permanent city clerk.
Okay, so, and we've talked about stripping some of the duties or responsibilities away from whoever this person may be.
Yes.
And it sounds like a lot of these duties that are being stripped away can be handled by other departments within the mayor's office, legally.
Yes, or within the city in general.
within
It
the
doesn't
city.
have to be in the mayor's office necessarily.
So, like, recording and reporting taxes can be done by, let's say, Michael's finance department,
Could be.
and minutes can be handled by the mayor's assistant's office.
No, the clerk has to prepare and maintain the minutes of the city council. From the other commissions, someone else could be designated to do those minutes.
Like their own secretary.
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Green?
So with a lot of the duties being diminished, would this position be a part-time position to where they only have to fulfill the minutes and come to our meetings?
2 nights a month, like we do.
I'm sorry, repeat your question again.
Sure. So with now that they have less responsibilities, that can be absorbed in your office, would this be considered more of a part-time job, where as long as they got their minutes done and they attended the meetings?
Well, this is not a job of the city, really, at all, because this person is an elected official. They have no boss other than the electorate. So it really is, it's not a job of the city. She's an elected official, or this position is an elected official of the city.
Which goes back to my first question, but I guess I have to wait to ask that one. So would they office in the city building, or would they can work from home?
Well, as city clerk, elected official, they can do either one.
Okay.
Now, we would probably have, be able to share an office with the deputy or who's ever in there, so for them to come in and be able to sign documents as needed.
So there would always be both the city clerk and a deputy?
No. Right. Well, depends on how the council works with this next ordinance.
So
Throwing the
if
baby
there's,
out with the bathwater.
it's a little confusing. They both get paid, city clerk and deputy clerk?
Yes.
And the city clerk, you mentioned their position. Would the deputy clerk absorb the other responsibilities?
As defined, yes. We may split up some of the responsibilities as the city attorney mentioned, into business licenses may go under the finance department.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we defer this to the next meeting. This is a pretty heavy-duty choice here, and I move that we defer this to the next meeting so we can do some consultation with our attorneys, ourselves, the state law, the municipal league. I don't like it. I mean, there's the basement at the Public Works is full of papers that have not been dealt with, that need to be shredded, that a lot of work needs to be, because it's been neglected since Ann was here.
I don't disagree, I don't know, but I don't disagree with you.
That's a month's work easily for one person.
What I can tell you is that that is not a requirement for the position of city clerk, that duty under state law.
Those records? Who's responsible?
Shredding those records would not be.
Well,
maintaining the records of the city, being the keeper of those records,
the
yes.
keeper of the records, but then when they get so old, then the council has to vote and shred them and get rid of them, right? I mean, the basement's full of them. So
There's a lot of things within the clerk's office that need to be taken care of, without a doubt. Absolutely.
very much, and it's worth a whole lot more than $2,400 a year. I mean, that's what we get for what, a few hours a month?
Yeah, just a moment. Mr. McClung, you had another.
Yeah,
Although we did have a motion to defer it. Does anybody want to second that, to defer it? I'll cut the questions off.
You want to defer?
All right, Mr. McClung,
I'm
proceed.
still just, I don't really quite get it either, in that the $2,400 for a clerk to take the minutes of our meetings and prepare those minutes so they're available to us for the next meeting to ratify or whatever it is we have to do. That's what it is. And then what else? What is there? They have one other duty?
To attest city ordinances and be the keeper of the records.
Okay. So, and this ordinance calls for $2,400 annually to do that. And I don't see you would get anybody to even try and run for the position. What if they don't run? What happens then? You hire an in-house clerk that you call a deputy clerk, but they're a deputy to who? There is no clerk to be a deputy to. I don't quite understand the chain of command and how that works. I don't quite get it. I understand the deputy can do all the other duties, and that's fine.
Mr. McClung, if you have a problem with the salary, and I understand what you're saying, because I questioned the same thing, we can always amend that. That's not an
Well, this is your budget, right? You must have come up with the $2,400.
The city attorney and I discussed this, whether or not this was it. I suggested a higher salary, higher rate. So,
And the other thing that I have too is the office. Will they have an office like it exists now, or shared space? I don't
well,
care.
Mr. McClung, that's something we'll have to figure out internally how that's going to work. Yeah.
Well, we haven't read it yet, and I don't know if I can amend it prior to even being read. Can I do that, or what's the process?
Yeah.
We can amend it
I'd like to make a
anytime.
motion that we amend that dollar figure, because I don't think you'll get anybody to even run to put in the time for 24.
I got to say that
Harry, wait,
Okay,
please. So I make a motion
I'll second.
to amend it where the wages will be $6,000.
24,000.
Discussion.
6,000 a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Last time.
We got Mr.
The
Wait a
last
minute.
time we had an
What,
election.
we don't even have a second, Mr.
I
Meyer.
went
Would you-
around town.
Mr. Meyer, please wait. Do I have a second on that motion?
No, I don't have a second.
Nobody wants to second the motion?
I'd like to make another motion that
Okay.
we make the salary, the 12,000. That'd be 1,000 a month.
At least this much is.
Can we discuss this?
16.
Well, we need a second before we can discuss it. If you want to second it, we can discuss it.
Say your motion again, Harry.
He wants to raise
Instead
it
of
to
$2,400, the clerk's wages would be 12,000.
Okay,
Annually.
I will second that.
Okay. Now you're,
Okay,
now
so
you're. go ahead
discussion.
For your discussion.
One of the things that my head is grasping now is that we sort of put ourselves in this position, and we never should have, by giving one single person a lot of autonomy to do a lot of things that the city requires to do to stay open and run efficiently.
Yeah, the problem is that a lot of these things the person who does them needs to be an employee of the city so that if the job is not being done, they can be replaced. And when those job duties are tied to an elected official, you have no recourse when things don't get done. And so that was why this was brought to our office to draft, amend this ordinance so that that the clerk had the statutory duties prescribed by Arkansas state law and nothing more. So that way all of these other duties that have to be done in order for the city to function are delegated to an actual employee of the city.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so we may have paid, we'll say $80,000 for a clerk, but she did the work. She did $80,000 worth of work for all these other employees. Now we're taking it back down to what the Constitution says they are now responsible for, and giving the other duties to paid employees, which makes a lot of sense to me. So maybe showing up for 2 meetings a month at $6,000 or $12,000 is not a bad thing.
Me? I'm not opposed to any of this. It just seems like a backdoor way of reorganizing a position. I mean, it's just hard. It's not explained really well what duties. And then there's a deputy city clerk. Would this be a different position that be hired or elected or?
Yes, it would be a city employee.
A city employee.
Right.
So, I mean, if you just presented to say, we're going to take the city clerk's position, the treasurer, and strip it down to what the state law says they have to do. That's what you're proposing. And then all the other stuff, we're going to take it and put it out here to the city employees and hire another city employee to do some of this stuff?
That would be up to you guys. That's not my
I mean, is that what this is about, basically?
Well,
I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like
Yes.
it's kind of sort of
Well,
backdoor way of trying to figure out.
we're trying to figure out how to keep city business going.
Right.
When we have an elected position that we ended up having.
And I'm not opposed to this. I've always said, I was always in the fear that someone would run for city clerk or treasurer and get elected out of popularity and not be good at the job and the city be in trouble. Because this is a very important position, the way it's set up right now.
Absolutely.
Now, I kind of like the idea of stripping it down to what the state law says it has to do, and then take those other duties and give them to other people.
We've never had a problem, but you never have a problem until you have a problem.
Well,
And that's where we are now.
nationally,
And
we've
so-
seen a lot of, never seen problems before that now are dealing
And
with.
so that's how we ended up with the deputy clerk,
Yeah.
which a lot of clerks have on there.
So do you have a proposal on how to split up the duties and stuff, I
Yes,
assume?
well, the deputy clerk ordinance, and I debated which ordinance to take first, the city clerk or the deputy clerk.
Right.
You know, because they go hand in hand. But the deputy clerk will absorb a lot of those.
So we'll create a deputy clerk position that you'll hire and take on most of the duties of this.
Yes,
At this point, no. The ordinance, the deputy clerk ordinance, which is next, designates an existing employee to have those duties until a clerk is appointed, okay? In the future, once a new clerk is appointed, those deputy clerk duties can remain with the employee that they're given to the designation that occurs now, or they can be moved to someone else, okay? Right now, you guys have a problem because nothing is getting done. Nothing's getting signed, no minutes are getting done, no permits are getting issued. There's a
And we could
severe
always-
backlog that needs to be dealt with immediately. And the designation of the deputy clerk, or the creation of that designation tonight, would alleviate that backlog so someone can sign those documents
Okay.
now.
That's clear now, thank you. And the salary can always be adjusted at some point.
Absolutely. All right. All right. Mr. Meyer?
The clerk has to do the quarterly reports too, right?
No, not by law.
Not by
They
law?
have to give you a financial report at a monthly financial report.
I thought it was a quarterly financial.
No, state law says monthly.
Monthly.
And I think those numbers
Well,
are given to
okay,
you by
in the
the finance
past-
department.
Let me finish. Okay, in the past, it was quarterly. Ann did it quarterly. She had a pile of paper this high, and Ida's reports we couldn't understand, or Ann's reports we couldn't understand. But Ann got $16,000 a year. She sat in that office every day from 9 to 5. I don't know that she did any better job than someone else would, but when she decided to retire, I went around and I earnestly tried to find someone to run for that position after we raised the pay. No one, not one young person in town wanted that job. I spread the word. And it was only one day when my daughter came home from her work at the bank, and I mentioned it to her, and she got all excited. She didn't have an opponent. And I don't think anyone would run for that position before. You know, that
Mr. Meyer?
that hole in the corner there,
Mr.
the
Meyer,
office?
what, are you sticking with the ordinance here, and discussion on the ordinance?
Yes. So $12,000 a year, I don't know why we have to do this. Yes, there's a goof up. It may as well be that she was sick. If our clerk gets sick, maybe we need a deputy clerk. But we don't need to take the clerk's responsibilities away from them. If we've got a city employee that's doing those things, then they're an employee of the mayor. I don't know if the rest of this council knows, but we haven't even voted on hiring her as our attorney, and we were supposed to do that.
We did hire her firm to hire as the city
We
attorney.
did not vote on it. Did we?
Sure we did. Yes, I think we did.
I think we did.
I think we did. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, when,
I'm pretty sure the city attorneys would make sure that we hired them to do that.
All right. I did
She
miss
works
it.
for the firm that we hired.
I
as the city
understand. I
attorney.
missed that vote.
So, Mr. McClung?
yeah, I mean, for me, a deputy clerk would be somebody that the clerk would hire. I mean, that just stands to reason to me, would be the order of
Just
today.
like
But it's
finance.
going to be,
That may be, but that is not required by state law.
Okay.
That designation can be made by the mayor.
you can call that employee anything you want to call it.
Right.
You can take an existing employee and give them a name.
Except for, in order to be able to attest things, they do have to have the designation of clerk. So that's
To
why.
attest.
Yes, so
So
that's why.
why you give them that designation.
Yes, sir. That's why you need the separate ability to designate that employee.
That was the explanation I needed there.
Yes, sir.
So that I understand. It's because it's all in separate deals, we're not getting the full picture. And
It is, and you cannot, and it doesn't help that you can only put one topic in an ordinance, so we can't combine the ordinances into one, and that makes it even more confusing. I understand.
Yeah, I think the 12 grand would be all right for what it is. That way you get somebody to run, at least.
Ms. Greening?
Mayor, based on your experience, do you know with the required duties, how many hours a week, a month that this person performs?
It probably varies depending upon the time of the year.
An average?
Right now, you've got a lot of business, and that's one of the reasons this is kind of an emergency. We have a business licenses coming up, applications need to go out.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the time, it's not as
But they would not be doing business license.
they would, no, not the clerk.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
I
talking
thought,
about,
well, would you rephrase your question?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
so I'm just asking for the city clerk, not the deputy, but the city clerk, now that they will have a lot less responsibilities, do we know about, I'm just looking at salary and
Oh.
about how many hours a week, a month that they might be performing these? I mean, they would need time to type up minutes, file ordinances.
Maybe 4 to 6 hours a week, 24 hours a
6
month,
hours.
maybe.
So we can go with
If that,
6.
I mean, that would probably be on the high end. All right, Mr. Holyfield?
So we would appoint someone to fill the clerk's position, the city council would.
Yes.
And then if we pass the ordinance for the deputy clerk, then y'all would hire that person.
With the approval of the city council.
Well, but right now, that designation will be made by the mayor for someone who already works for the city, so that things that need to be attested and signed and certified can get done starting tomorrow.
Right, the emergency.
If needed.
I know we're in an emergency situation here and backed up. And also, again, the salary can be adjusted anytime by us. If we decided they're doing more or less, then we can adjust that, so.
You can't change the clerk's salary.
Yeah.
During term.
Not during the term. We can only do that right now because the office is vacant. You're right.
Okay.
We can only change the salary prior to the next election.
The next
but it won't
election, that would be
become-
right.
And the full-time salary with all the duties that they have right now is $48,000, right?
Correct.
So we essentially have a year to change the salary if we want to, before the next election, correct?
No, we can change it right now.
No, I mean, if we, let's say we decide on 12,000 today,
We can change it
and
in
then in
January.
April of next year, we can change it to 16 or 20, if we want, as long as it's before the
That's
next
my
election.
understanding.
Yes, if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Any further discussion?
Okay, there is a motion on the table. Don't
Mr.
forget.
Myers, you had a final
I just
question?
have something to say. I'm sorry, folks, but I'm very emotional about this. My daughter is going through some
Well,
tough stuff.
Yes.
Sorry.
All right. We do have a motion and a second on the table to, and this was in reference to the
Amend the
amendment
salary.
C.
to amend the item C from 2,400 to 12,000. Is there any further discussion on that? All in favor of the amendment, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed?
Nay.
All right, 5-1. All right, do I get a motion to assign this a number and put it on its first reading? Mr. McClung?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to suspend the rules and assign this ordinance a number and put it up for its first reading by title only. I think we've all got a handle on what it is now, so.
Yeah.
Citizens.
Second.
All right. Motion been made to suspend the rules and sign this ordinance a number and put it up for the first reading. Is there any, by title only? Is there any further questions about what's been discussed? All right. Hearing none, if we'll have a roll call.
Terry McClung,
Yes.
Harry Meyer,
No.
Rochelle Moyer,
Yes.
David Avanzino,
Yes,
Steve Holyfield,
Yes.
Susan Gruning.
Yes.
All right. If you would assign a number,
896,
What is it?
896.
No, that's a resolution.
That's resolution.
That's a resolution.
We need ordinance.
It'd be
Yeah.
too late,
City clerk.
too something.
I don't know. Is there any way to find that information?
I don't-
let's see, what was our last ordinance that we had?
I've got it out in the truck, but I don't have it here.
I'm gonna keep the other Jim's. I can tell you.
Hang on, let me see if I can find it online somewhere.
This paperwork. It could be in
No, do I have? Let's see.
Do You have an old,
November 10th.
Oh, wait,
ordinance.
wait a minute, maybe I do.
Was it the fence ordinance? Was the last one?
It was-
No,
Maybe.
metal buildings ordinance
2379 was the last.
2379, yeah.
2370, okay.
so 2380.
Yeah, I have 2378, so 23,
2379 was the last one.
okay, so this would be ordinance 2380.
Yeah, 2380.
Do you want to bump it up by 3 or 4, just in case we mess up?
I mean,
Give ourselves a buffer of 5, just in case?
We can always change it if we need to.
Okay.
yeah, that's in
Yeah,
there.
we can always amend it, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I got lost here. I think we voted on,
To suspend the rules, read by title only.
okay, if,
You're-
Christine, if you'd read it by title only, the ordinance.
An ordinance amending Section 2.28.020 of the Eureka Springs Municipal Code regarding the duties and compensation of the clerk treasurer for other purposes.
All right. Mr. McClung?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move that we approve ordinance 2380 on its first reading.
Second.
Okay, Mr. McClung made the motion to approve it on the first reading, and Mr. Gruning seconded. All right. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yes.
Harry Meyer?
No.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Amazino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Gruning?
Yes.
All right, Mr. McClung?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to suspend the rules and place ordinance number 2380 up for its second reading by title only.
Second.
Okay, Mr. McClung made the motion, and Susan Gruning seconded to suspend the rules and place ordinance 2380 on second reading by title only. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yep.
Harry Meyer?
No.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Amazino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Gruning?
Yes.
An ordinance amending Section 2.28.020 of the Eureka Springs Municipal Code regarding the duties and compensation of the clerk treasurer for other purposes.
All right, Mr. McClung?
Make a motion that we approve ordinance number 2380 on its second reading.
Second.
All right, Mr. McClung made the motion to approve ordinance 2380 on the second reading, and Ms. Gruning seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yes.
Harry Meyer?
No.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Amazino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Gruning?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to place ordinance number 2380 up, suspend the rules and place it for its third and final reading by title only.
Second.
All right, Mr. McClung made the motion to place ordinance 2380 on third and final reading to suspend the rules and place it on third and final reading by title only. Ms. Gruning seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yes.
Harry Meyer?
No.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Amazino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Gruning?
Yes.
Okay.
An ordinance amending Section 2.28.020 of the Eureka Springs Municipal Code regarding the duties and compensation of the clerk treasurer for other purposes.
Mr. McClung?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we approve ordinance number 2380 on its third and final reading.
Second.
All right, who seconded?
Give it to Sue.
Mr. McClung made the motion to approve ordinance 2380 on its third and final reading, and Mr. Amazino seconded. Any further discussion?
I have a question.
Oh, all right.
The mayor may assign a designee to perform any of the aforementioned duties that can be delegated under Arkansas law. But these are the duties that are required by Arkansas law, aren't they?
Arkansas law also requires a designee to be
For a
appointed.
clerk to do it, yeah. So we can't have We can't have that in B there.
Yes, he can appoint a designee to also perform those duties in the clerk's absence.
Because we're adding it here in Part B, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, it wouldn't. All right.
All right, any further questions? All right, roll call?
Terry McClung?
Yes.
Harry Meyer?
No.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Evanzino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Grunion?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the emergency clause for this ordinance.
Second.
Mr. McClung moved to read the emergency clause for ordinance number 2380. Mr. Avanzino seconded. Any discussion on the emergency clause? Hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yes.
Harry Meyer?
No.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Evanzino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Grunion?
Yes.
Okay, thank you all very much. Now, I know we have discussed this, get a motion to discuss the ordinance designated duties of the deputy city clerk.
I move we discuss.
Second.
All right, I know we had a lot of discussion in the previous ordinance thing, but this is the ordinance that does establish the duties for what we're calling the deputy city clerk treasurer in place of to help out and to assist the clerk. Any questions? And open it up for discussion.
I do.
Okay.
Do you have someone in mind for this already?
I do, and what I would like to do is, I hope I did when we amended the ordinance, have an appointment for a deputy clerk or appointment of, a deputy clerk on here. So
For the
I have-
agenda.
On the agenda. So, yeah, I do have somebody, and they've said they would.
Okay.
That works for the city.
We want to make sure we're moving forward with our
Yeah.
city business.
Well, we definitely are, we're in a crisis mode almost.
Yeah.
We've been that way for a while.
course.
So, yeah. So I need somebody to make a motion to assign the number.
I've got a question over here.
Okay, Mr. McClung?
Yeah, Section 3, unless the person that is so designated is changed by the mayor and approved by city council. So you can appoint somebody to do these duties, but we approve it.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. I thought you could just put somebody in your office and,
No, and that clause, we added that this afternoon, so that way you can name someone today who is a city employee, and then in the future, if a new position is created, those duties can then be transferred to a different employee with your approval.
okay.
It's similar to,
What about removing that employee then? Do we have to, is that us too, as a deputy clerk? Or-
No, that would be handled by your HR. Just giving the designation, is that what you mean? Or terminating the employee in general? I'm sorry, I don't think I understood.
Well, I'm not so sure I understand it either, but except if we have to approve who that deputy clerk is, if they're not doing the job and the mayor wants to say, well, they're not doing the job, are we the ones that
Yes, in
unseat
order
them
to
as well?
transfer that title to someone else, take
Yeah,
it
so
away.
so we have,
Yes.
so it's us.
Yes, sir, sorry.
So
I
we
misunderstood.
do remove them.
Yes, I misunderstood your question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
be reappointed or appointed by the mayor with the
Yeah.
approval of the city council.
You're out, so-and-so's out, you're in.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
With the approval of the council.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ms. Groening?
So are they sworn in as a deputy city
Yes,
clerk?
they would have to take an oath.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Ms. McClung?
I'd like to suspend the rules and assign this ordinance a number and read it for its first reading by title only.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Mr. McClung made the motion to suspend the rules, to assign this ordinance a number, and suspend the rules and place the ordinance, read the ordinance by title only for its first reading. And Mr. Avanzino seconded. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yeah.
Harry Meyer?
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Avanzino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Greening?
Yes.
All right, you want to,
The ordinance number would be 2381. An ordinance designating duties of a deputy city clerk treasurer.
okay.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve ordinance 2381 on its first reading.
Get a second?
Second.
All right, Mr. McClung made the motion to approve ordinance 2381 on its first reading, and Mr. Myers seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yep.
Harry Meyer?
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Avanzino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Greening?
Yes.
Y'all want me to continue?
Sure.
Okay,
You're on a roll.
Mr. Mayor, make a motion, we suspend the rules, place ordinance number 2381 up for its second reading by title only.
Second.
All right, Mr. McClung made the motion to suspend the rules and place ordinance 2381 on a second reading by title only. Any further discussion? Okay, roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yep.
Harry Meyer?
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Avanzino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Greening?
Yes.
An ordinance designating duties of deputy city clerk treasurer.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve ordinance number 2381 on its second reading.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, is that Ms. Moyer?
That's Ms. Greening. That's Ms. Greening.
Okay. Oh, Ms. Greening?
Oh, sorry.
No,
Yes.
was that Ms. Moyer?
I did second.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
All right, Mr. McClung made the motion to approve ordinance 23 on second reading, and Ms. Moyer seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yep.
Harry Meyer?
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Avanzino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Greening?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we suspend the rules, place ordinance number 2381 up for its third and final reading by title only.
Second.
All right, Mr. McClung made the motion to place ordinance 2381 on third and final reading and suspend the rules and read by title only. Mr. Myers seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yep.
Harry Meyer?
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Avanzino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Greening?
Yes.
An ordinance designating duties of the deputy city clerk treasurer.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion we approve ordinance 2381 on its third and final reading.
Second.
All right, Mr. McClung made the motion to approve ordinance 2381 on its third and final reading. Mr. Avanzino seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yeah.
Harry Meyer?
Yeah.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Avanzino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Greening?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we enact the emergency clause for this ordinance.
We don't have
Yeah. Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Mr. McClung made the motion to enact the emergency clause for ordinance 2381, and Ms. Greening seconded. Any discussion on the emergency clause?
Rochelle, second.
Oh,
I swear,
Rochelle.
it sounds like her.
you nodded, and I thought,
Getting us.
oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Pointing.
Ms. Moyer made the second. Correct me. All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung?
Yes.
Harry Meyer?
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer?
Yes.
David Avanzino?
Yes.
Steve Holyfield?
Yes.
Susan Greening?
Yes.
All right, if you'll read the emergency clause, please.
An ordinance designating duties of deputy city clerk treasurer.
All right. Okay, and then that brings us up to an approval of a deputy city clerk, I want to say interim because she's not going to be permanent. Part of the duties of the city clerk is also FOIAs. The clerk has always been doing that. In discussing this today with Kim Stryker, who's been kind of on trying to resign and be part-time basis anyway within my office. She has agreed that she would do the duties for this to clean up and get us back on track until we can get a clerk and a permanent deputy clerk in here. She's willing, she is only going to be doing this part-time, so it's not a full-time position, but she feels like she can clean up and do a lot of the, she's very familiar with the FOIAs and familiar with a lot of other activities that go on with the city clerk's office, and in conjunction with Michael and finance department, I think we're also familiar and handle and get the occupation license, business license out, and get those. And along with, we have a lot of checks that need to be cashed and a lot of minutes and things that need to be attested to that I think Ms. Stryker can take care of. Mr. McClung?
Yeah, I know that if anybody is, Kim would be most familiar with everything that's going on back there. What, has she given you any kind of idea, looking things over, how long she thinks it might take her just to get caught up? Does some generalization for an idea, maybe?
We had hoped, and I had heard that we're looking maybe at 2. No, I have not heard it from her mouth to exact how long it would take. We're hoping no more than 2 to 3 months.
Now, this is how long it would take her to do it, not you to do it.
We're hoping no more than 2 to 3 months.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be great. And then the other duties would.
And I'd have a better idea probably the next council meeting to be able to answer that for sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. So is that what you need, somebody to make a motion?
Approve, yes. Giving me the authorization to go ahead and hire Kim Stryker as.
I make a motion that we go ahead and hire Kim. I mean, it makes very good sense to me because she's familiar with everything.
Well, we're designating her.
Designating her.
As the clerk.
Because she's already an
She's
employee.
already an
Yeah.
employee. yeah.
Right.
Second.
Okay. So the motion would be that we would be designating Kim Stryker as a deputy city clerk.
Yes.
On an interim
That's
basis.
exactly what my words were.
Yeah, I knew that. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, so moved. All right, thank you all very much. This is, I think we can start seeing some activity, hopefully moving, and getting the log jam unlogged here, unstuck. All right. Next item of business, discussion temporary entertainment district. Ms. Gruning.
Motion to discuss the temporary entertainment district.
Second.
All right. Go for it.
So several meetings ago, I brought up some issues from participants with the entertainment district that they were not notified that there was something happening in their area. So I started querying some of the other businesses that happen to be in some other temporary entertainment districts. The feedback that I received was some say somebody was notified, they didn't call back. Some say they didn't know about it. Some of the ones applying for the entertainment district stated that, yes, they did know about it, but now they're saying they didn't know about it. I thought this could be an easy fix to an ordinance to tighten things up a bit. And I believe I'd mentioned this before, that we add a form where and there was a couple other cities that actually do this. You ask anybody that within that area that has an ABC license to sign to say they want to opt in or maybe they want to opt out. Not everybody wants to be involved in a temporary entertainment district. The application, I think, and of course this is all open for discussion, the application would be submitted with the forms would be submitted with the actual application to be considered. So in other words, they've done their due diligence, everybody's aware, somebody has signed the form, And we add it to the current ordinance, which I also typed up and legal can look at, that they need to provide this information.
Okay. Have you given this to the city attorney previous? Okay.
No, no, this is all new.
Mr. Holyfield?
So I own a business in this entertainment district, and I take this form and just refuse to fill it out. Would that stop the person from getting the temporary entertainment district?
If they did not include all of the establishments within their entertainment district, yes.
So if I own a business in there, I could stop them from doing this by just not.
No,
filling the form
no,
out.
no, I mean,
I think the question was if they
yeah,
refuse
that's a
to
good
sign
point.
this.
I don't
If I
know.
refuse to fill it out and say, I'm just going to throw this in the trash.
I
I'm not
guess you
gonna
would
respond.
just say that's a good question, I don't know, that
If you put
they
it-
chose to not fill it
If you
out?
put it on the application, they have to have every one of these from every business, then that's technically would stop them from getting their entertainment.
I see your point, yeah, I don't know, Steve.
Mr. Almazzino?
To first Sue's point, I really like this idea because, like you, I've gotten a lot of phone calls from people who, like, what's going on? What is this temporary entertainment district about? They had no idea what was going on. And I think what's happening is that we have organizations come in, they want a TED, and bam, we give it to them, and thinking that they're going to take it on themselves to notify everyone within this district what's going on. And that's simply not happening. People are not aware of what's going on. And I get calls almost every single time there is a TED asking, why wasn't I informed? Or, you know, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't have wristbands. I don't have the required cups, whatever. To Steve's point, he makes a very good point.
Yes.
Can one person, like, stop a TED? And I think maybe a way, maybe it's based on a percentage. I don't know. I'm brainstorming, but maybe 85% of businesses within this district, I don't know.
I have a question. I don't know what the application that's referenced in your ordinance looks like. So if someone wants to apply for one of these, I don't know what that looks like. So what you're asking for is some sort of notice requirement to surrounding businesses.
To the businesses within
The
entertainment district that they are asking for a permit for.
Okay, these are dumb questions. I'm sorry, but I don't know.
No, it's okay.
When someone applies for a temporary entertainment district, are the boundaries the same every time? Like these are the set boundaries, and when I apply for one, it
No.
enacts and it changes.
Changes.
Okay. Okay.
Mr. Mayor?
Mr. McLemore?
I can tell you that some people don't like to sign their name on something that says, I don't like this. I did a poll on people on Spring Street when the first big entertainment district was proposed. I did a poll, and I did it anonymous. In fact, all they had to do was mail it to this address. Wasn't my address, it was another address, and give their thoughts. And some people didn't fill out even though I went back several times and dropped off another poll, and when it finally got down to it, it was a 50-50. You know, most of the shops did not want to have the entertainment district. The bars were afraid to say they didn't want it because they were intimidated by other people in the bar business on Spring Street and all that. So, you know, I understand this, I like it a lot, but that's all I got to say about it.
Yeah.
Ms. Grenny?
So this wouldn't really go to the shop owners. It would only go to those that have ABC licenses, and they can choose to opt in or opt out. Like, I think there is one restaurant in town that usually will opt out. There are a couple that wanted to be involved that were not. They didn't know where to get wristbands. They didn't know where to get cups. So I think the person that asks to have the entertainment district has to make sure that these folks are informed, this is what you do. because they did want to be involved.
So if I turn in that application, who gets it?
It comes with the,
It goes to your office?
yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
And it gets disseminated between the police chief, Public Works, and fire.
Fire.
And then they would all sign off on it? Okay. Sorry, I just don't know the procedure.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Mr. McClung?
The biggest problem has been the communication, getting the word out to everybody in the districts, whether they're the restaurant, bar, business, or even for the knowledge of the retailers, gift shops. But that's improved, and it gets better all the time. So, I think it's, they're getting it down better, and it's usually most generally the same people that are making the requests for the entertainment district for whatever the function is where they're going to have it. But it's, if you notice, it's most generally the same people are involved, which is good. So, they understand, I think, that the problems that they have and that it's getting better. So, I mean, this may or may not be fine. I can't imagine a liquor establishment not wanting to participate if they're inside the district. It's just making sure everybody understands what they need to do, and to get the word out to everybody. That's all, in my opinion. And if they can't do that, then they don't need to have it. And so, but as long as they're getting it better every time, I think it's good. So, I'm all for the entertainment district, no problem.
Ms. Moyer?
So is the question then that, is all of this designed to just make sure that everyone gets notified?
It's a checks and balance. We have people that came and said, I notified them, but they didn't call me back. Had they called back, and there was no follow-up, right? And then so they said they were notified. This particular 2 establishments said that they were not notified and would have liked to have been. So shame, and this is hearsay, right? So shame on them for not returning the call. Shame on the one person, where now we have a check and balance. That's all it is, just to kind of tighten it up.
So my thought is, because we just last meeting had a temporary entertainment district application before us, we approved it. Because it is a sort of city function, it does get approved in a public meeting, which is a public notification, in addition to any emails that those businesses are receiving. Would maybe the publishing of the approval or something be adequate? Because I feel like there's a burden, on the individual who, or I'm saying about the CAPC, right, who just put their name on the application. There's a lot that goes through with that. They maybe make the initial contact or email, but if it's publicly notified, then the duty then shifts to those individuals in that entertainment district to know. And that would be a kind of, I don't know, thoughts.
So would the onus of notifying be the city's responsibility to publish it in the paper, or would it be the organization? Because
I would think
it shouldn't be ours, I don't think.
Yeah, I would think the person applying or the organization applying for the temporary entertainment district would be part of the process to ensure notification of all businesses within the district. But I mean, it's already public because it happens here and we approved it. So I don't understand exactly where it's falling apart.
Well, let's ask the people that have come to me and said.
Yeah, no,
So, yeah, you send emails, send a form with the email, attach it, and just have them send it back, but find a way. I don't think it hurts to have something documented rather than to assume that they watch our meetings or that they happen to see it in the paper the next day that it's published, because that's the only way. So we're making assumptions that they're all watching. And it's not that many businesses that we have typically. It's just kind of I think a check and balance just to make sure. You might go to 3 or 4, if that, max, in town.
Mr. McClellan?
I mean, the only way you can do it and to be sure it's done is have the city take on that responsibility of getting that information out to the businesses. And in so doing, you're going to have to charge them a fee, because the city's not going to do that for nothing. You're going to have to charge them a fee for that application if it gets approved, and then they're going to have to, file. And I would say, a couple $100, which they're not going to want to do with an application like this for an entertainment district, in order. And that may not even be enough to get the city to send out emails to the businesses or whatever. So I don't know how else you'd resolve that issue.
Mr. Almanzino?
Just a quick, solution to that. I don't know how it would work, but like with what the chief did regarding the last parade. He sent out that blanket email that went to, I think, every retailer, every business owner in town, whether they were on Spring Street or not, informing them of the parade, get your cars off the streets, that kind of stuff. To me, that went over very well, because I think it went off without a hitch. I don't know if it would work in this situation, but that's just one idea.
Ms. Gruening?
I was just going to say, I think if somebody thought they had to pay a couple of $100, in my mind, okay, so here's an example, and this was one of the issues, not all of them. The Cat House had a temporary entertainment district for a motorcycle event. Saddle Up, Amigos, and Local Flavor did not know about it, but yet they were in that district. I was volunteering and working the parking lot, and when I went over to Saddle Up, they were saying, "What is this all about?" And so then I went over and I asked the owner of Cat House if they had, I told that Saddle Up what was going on. And they said, well, can we participate? Because they put signs up between the two properties, and they're related. And so I went over to the Cat House and I said, do you have any extra wristbands? And they said, well, no, these are just left over. And I said, well, where did you get them from? And they said, I don't know, the city. And the city does not provide the wristbands. So there's still some unclear directions on what they're supposed to do, even though applications have been approved and signed for, is all I'm saying. So I'm just trying to clean it up. So some of the people that came to me as a representative of the city council, I didn't think a form would be that big of a deal, because in that instance, that's only 3 businesses. You go downtown, like for the New Year's event, how many businesses does that go all the way to, because I wasn't here last meeting, does that go all the way to the Cat House and up to Chelsea Voodoo Lounge? Or, that's still then what, 1, 2, 3, 4 businesses?
Mr. Almanzino?
Yeah, and I just want to comment that, Ms. Groening's bringing up an issue from her constituents that is not isolated to one part of the town, because the complaints are also coming from the extreme opposite point of downtown when it comes to a temporary entertainment district, because I get those calls as well.
Ms. Moyer?
So I guess my question would be, what then are the procedures? Are there written procedures for the application process of a temporary entertainment district? Is it just that form that we receive that they have to fill out? There's not a requirement for notification of businesses or?
I've only ever seen,
Christina, you filled out some forms. What more forms than I have?
Anybody that applies for a temporary entertainment district, they have papers where they're supposed to inform the buildings or the establishments that are within that temporary entertainment district. That's part of their, that's part of what they have to do in order to get the forms. An easy thing would seem to me that would solve your problem and all of that would be if this person just had a signature from the business that they stopped by and informed. Because anybody that gets an entertainment district, it'll say what businesses are within that district, so we know how many is in there, because it changes. Sometimes it could be 3, sometimes it could be 6, but we know those businesses that are in there.
So, so right now, there's a requirement to notify, but there's no specification as to how that notification happens or what's required.
We leave it up to the person to do what they said that he did. You know.
So perhaps then, as part of the application, I'm just thinking about, I don't know how it happens. I'm just thinking about in every situation, right? There's a lot of effort involved on both sides, and if you have 1 or 2 businesses that like just literally don't see it, but on the other side you have people who are actually trying to follow the procedure, how do you make that fair? If the application includes like copy of an email that was sent or some sort of verification that the notification was attempted, would that be better? Would that be fair? Or
I'm open for discussion. I mean, we could either vote for it or we don't have to. I've also had it on the other side where people have said they have gone out and said they have told people, and it came back to them that they were told that did not happen. So even though they said it was, this form would say, yes, you're right, you did tell them.
so if I'm going door to door, if it's my temporary entertainment district, and I'm putting the application together, and I go up to Saddle Up, and I have this form, and I want it signed, and they're like, well, I'm not the person that's going to sign that. That's going to have to go to someone else. And then I go back in a day to pick it up, and it's not ready because that person hasn't signed it. And then I go back the next day to pick it up, and it's still not signed because it hasn't got to the person that needs to sign it, and then I never get to pick it up.
I would call them. I wouldn't keep going.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of effort on the part of times how many ever.
Okay, I mean, it's, you know.
Whereas, is there a system that would work on both sides so that everybody is?
I'm open for ideas. I was just trying to offer a solution.
Ms. Almadino?
Yeah, I think it's not a bad solution. I'm just thinking about scenarios in which sometimes
Well, there's
it doesn't.
always worst-case scenario. Yeah, I agree.
It appears in reading the ordinance, we already do, we require people to list everybody within that temporary entertainment district needs to be listed. What we don't say is that they need to sign and signed notification be returned. Now, according to Ms. Gruning or someone, some of these people don't want to sign something. When I think the solution is they don't want to sign, then you just make a note and say, not willing to sign, but still have their phone numbers. At least they were notified, or they could be. We can't say they weren't. So, Mr. Almanzino?
We just had all this discussion about clerks and deputies and all this kind of stuff. Is this something they can do in an email blast after an application is approved? Can Deputy Clerk XYZ email to the businesses in this district, hey, this is what's going on, this is what you need if you want to participate? Like a mass email kind of thing. Christina,
Well, we wouldn't do a mass email because it's really, isn't it the bars?
No, I'm saying, well,
Now, who are you
I'm
talking
trying to
about?
think, are there any?
Where the complaints, because we don't list all the business owners.
So this is for the establishments that might want to be included as far as serving alcohol.
Oh, so anybody, it's required they would have to have an ABC license.
Otherwise, as Ms. Moyer said, it's public notice and it's noticed, in the newspapers that we're having an entertainment district, so.
I'm just trying to think of better ways that, the business owners that do want to participate know about it and can.
Once we get that I'm sure we can.
Well, What any coordinator could do is, because, I mean, they list what businesses are going to be in the district, right? So everyone's wanting some proof, so why doesn't the coordinator
I agree.
take and email those particular businesses that are within and say, let me know? And then someone can't say, well, they didn't tell me, because you have proof that you sent that email, right? And it would be a really quick, easy solution.
Yeah. Mr. McClung?
Whoever's in charge, whoever's putting the deal together, you'd think he'd want everybody in that district that's going to participate or be available to participate to know about it on the front end. So I think the idea of having them sign off on it, and if it's good, so that proves they've been notified. And if they say no, you know, whoever the promoter is for the event, just say, hey, they weren't willing to sign an initial off on it. And, you know, that shows that they did it. I don't think it's any more complicated than that.
Mr. Meyer?
I got an idea here. You said that some businesses didn't have armbands, and the folks at the Cat House didn't know about armbands. I would think armbands would be, once they get approval here, they go get the armbands printed and they deliver them to all of the alcohol beverage selling establishments in that district, and then they're going to know there's an entertainment district coming up, along with maybe a date and the size of the district and everything. Just lay it on the bar, give it to the boss. That simple.
Ms. Groening?
I agree, Harry. In the best case scenario, that is what should happen. And Christine, I'm not sure, in the info that the applicant gets, does it say that they should distribute cups? Because don't we say it has to be in a certain cup or a wristband?
It's not designated a certain cup. So all it says is it has to be less than 24 ounces and it can't be glass. So you could have a clear plastic cup and you could have a yellow mug if it was under 24 ounces. So you're not designated to have to buy a certain type of cup.
Right. Not to add fuel to the fire. The other cities I looked at did have a designated cup, though, so that they knew it wasn't coming out of...
We discussed that when we formed the ordinance.
I know for the permanent...
No, even for the temporary.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know why we ended up with the way it is. But
Because in the permanent, they do have to have a certain cup.
So.
I want to throw a hypothetical out there. And let's say that I, as a promoter of Groundhog's Day, wanted to have an entertainment district. And so I open up, these are my boundaries for entertainment districts, and I'm going to have outdoor beer vendors or Bud Light or whatever come in and do whatever, and I don't want any other bars to participate. What stops us from allowing that to happen?
Nothing.
Yeah.
With the Rotary Club, I think, is a good example. When they have Oktoberfest, they're the ones who apply for the permit, and the permit is only limited to the area that they are serving alcohol. And that excludes anybody that's not within that area.
Okay, so we have things in place that stop that from happening. Yeah. Okay.
Unless, of course, they want to include everybody, then that, the area gets bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, Ms. Groening?
And Harry, to get back to what you said about handing wristbands or whatever out, that's what I said earlier, that hadn't happened either. So,
Well, it's in the law that if you have a drink in your hand and you don't have a wristband, it's in violation of the law.
well, so they did over at the Cat House area, but they did not, Saddle Up and Amigos did not have any and did not know what to do. So they hadn't been informed.
All right. Do I hear a motion, or what do we want to do here?
I motion that we approve the application for the temporary entertainment district.
I mean, this is not in a format that you can approve.
Oh, do we need to wait for legal to review it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
like
I think we do.
I can take this and put it into a different format, but you can't approve it like this.
Okay, then
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
table it till next week or the next meeting?
Yeah, and I'll call you and we'll
Okay.
work out the language. How's
Sure.
that? Okay.
Yeah, all right. Anything else before we move on?
No?
Okay. All right, get a motion to discuss revision of sidewalk ordinance. Mr. Meyer,
Motion to discuss.
second. Do I have a second?
Second.
If I see we got an idea here about helping people out with their sidewalks, well, that's honorable. But and I'm still talking about the east side of town, the Upper East Side doesn't have one sidewalk in it. The ordinance reads that we're supposed to build our own, even though that ordinance was passed before many houses were built in the east side of town, and yet nobody has a sidewalk. There are a few. They're about 18 inches wide and X feet long in front of a couple of houses. So they understood they had to do that back in, I don't know how long, because the house is pretty old. But I think we need to remove that from the ordinance. And since the city did build the sidewalks on this side of town, I think the city's responsible for putting in the sidewalks on the east side of town. And I got word from the municipal league that streets funds can be used for sidewalks. So we can talk about this again, but I move that we remove the part on what is it, 9-9.08-040, part 2 and 3, that states that, people in East Van Buren, West Van Buren, East Mountain Drive, Circle Drive, Cross Street, Elm Street, Harvey Road, Oak Ridge Drive, and Richard Circle do not have to put in their own sidewalk. Tower Road, Drennan Drive, Wood Circle, Holiday Trail, Florence Drive, College Street, Hamilton Street, Martz Lane, Jay Lane, Victoria Woods Boulevard, Pivot Rock Road, Derry Hollow Road, Breezy Point Road, Breezy Point Circle, Anderson Street, Ravine Street, Grand Avenue, and Oregon Avenue. It's just not fair. I know it saves budget money, but, we pay taxes too in this city. We'd like to have our sidewalks built. We don't get a break in our taxes because the city built sidewalks for people on the east side of town, and I'm in a historic district. So that's another thing about historic district. All of a sudden, even though we're in the historic district, we got different rules. Anybody else have an idea, thought on that?
Ms. Gurney?
I don't necessarily have an idea about it, Harry, but I don't think the city built all the sidewalks everywhere. I think they took over the responsibility of sidewalks for a period of time, and I don't know what that is, but I'm sure homes that already had sidewalks put in, then the city had it, and then now the residents have it back.
We're talking about a long time ago if you look at the sidewalks, they were definitely all poured at the same time. At least on each street, they were poured all at the same time because they're all the same width, the same distance from the street. No, I'm sure we can find in an ordinance somewhere, in the old ordinances, where the city did it. And the maintenance part, that's the way it is in Yellville. Where I live, my house on Valley Street in Yellville had a city-made sidewalk, but I had to repair it if it got broken. So, and I know there, that the owners of that property did not pour that sidewalk. It was poured by the city. I did some digging on that one. So I think it's only fair to do it here. And I'd like to strike this from the ordinance.
Mr. Meyer, I'm sorry, I don't have a copy of that ordinance in front of me, and I don't believe the rest of the city council does either. So we can't follow your
Okay.
readings.
Let's talk about it next week. Next meeting, please.
All right, we'll defer this till next meeting.
And everybody have a copy of the sidewalk
All
order,
right.
please.
Mr. Meyer, can you call me about that? Because I'm not sure I read the ordinance the same way you're reading it. Just maybe later this week,
Yeah.
or, well, it's
Give me your
Thanksgiving.
card.
Or next week even, since I forgot it's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving week. Okay, well, let's just talk it through.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. All right, that brings us up to low-income water assistance program. I think Michael is still here.
Motion to discuss?
Get a motion?
Second.
Second? Okay.
All right, guys, I have a little story to kind of start this off. A few months ago, I got the pleasure of attending a picnic in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, that my niece had put together for domestic violence. And so we went over in support of her, and so we were walking around looking at the booths. It's put on some great booths within the Cherokee Nation about the assistant program that they have for the members of their tribe. And so one thing caught my eye was that they had a low-income household water assistance program. And so I stopped and talked to the young lady, and she said, here's a little brochure we have, but you can get more information online. So I went online and I downloaded their program and researched it really thoroughly. And I know that we have talked a lot about water increases and things like that here. There's a huge need that we have to help our low-income families that live in the city of Eureka Springs. The thing you try to balance is, how do we help the people without hurting the water department? You know, first people always say, well, just write their bill off, you know, or just give them a credit. Well, that water costs us money to get there, so we still need to have that income from the water. So I looked through it, I kind of put it to the side, wanted to think about it, and then something came before City Council, the sale of some property with some money that was coming. And so I thought, you know, there's some money that we don't have any use for, that we haven't designated for anything, that it doesn't have anything that it's going for, and so I put it down in paper. I approached the mayor about it, we sat and had a meeting, I presented this to him. He liked it, so I wanted to present it to y'all guys, to you. If you'll go to the Exhibit A in your packet, it kind of tells you Low-Income Household Water Association Program for the City of Eureka Springs. Having a desire to help low-income households in the City of Eureka Springs, the City of Eureka Springs has set aside funds to provide emergency assistance to enable low-income households to access water and wastewater services. The City of Eureka Springs Low-Income House Water Assistance Program provides relief assistance to 3 priority groups: households whose water and wastewater services have been disconnected, households with existing arrearages to prevent discontinuation of drinking water and wastewater services, households that may need assistance paying for their current water bill. The program process would be the Public Works office staff, and I would like to introduce y'all to Angel. She is part of our Public Works staff that would be helping us with this program. That's why she's here tonight. She's pretty excited about it. Public Works office staff would conduct outreach activities, determine client eligibility, and submit eligible applications to the Director of Finance for approval. The only reason why I put that in there was because in our ordinances, I'm the one that's responsible for our leak adjustments that we do for the citizens, so this would just mirror that. Once approved, the Public Works office staff will submit approved applications to the City of Eureka Springs Accounting Department to process the benefit payment to Eureka Springs Water and Sewer Department. How it will work is that the city will actually pay the bill of the person that is applying for the benefit. So it's not going to take money from the water department. It's going to have them continue on where they're still making money, but it's going to give assistance to our citizens. Initial funding for this program will be $50,000 placed into a reserve fund by the City of Eureka Springs, and additional funding will be addressed as the need arises. We don't know how much of this would be used. We don't know, how it would go, so we're just kind of starting off with some baby steps. Under the City of Eureka Springs administration of the program, an applicant must be a resident of the City of Eureka Springs to be eligible for the program. Water bill must be in the name of the applicant applying for assistance. Applications must be completed with all requested documentation and submitted to the Public Works Office to be considered for assistance. Eligible households may receive assistance up to 3 times a year until they reach the maximum benefit of $500. On the next page, you'll see the eligibility and benefit determination criteria. I looked at a lot of programs that are already in existence in the state of Arkansas, and this was some of the things that they had, some of the things that the Cherokee Nation actually had. So it kind of gives you who would be eligible for it. The benefit amount would be a minimum of $25, a maximum of $500, 3 times a year. The household incomes are listed there. They're very in line with what all of our state agencies use. You'll see that most of the people will either be on SNAP, Social Security, or another program throughout the state. So that will be a criteria to look at their eligibility. And so then my source of funding on the 3rd page, I'm the finance guy, so you got to have a source of funding. I would like the $50,000 from the sale of the city property that we're looking at to the Queen Anne. And then how I would like to finance it going forward is I would like to take at least $50,000 a year from our franchise fee fund. Franchise fee is income. It's not taxes. It's income that the city receives for having other utilities in the town, for having Cox Communications, for having SWEPCO, we get a check every month, and it's a line item in our budget of income that we come in. So I would like to do the continued funding from that, since that's income that we receive for utilities, to turn around and help our citizens pay for their water bill.
Mr. Valentino?
Yeah, first of all, I have never been so proud sitting at this table listening to what just came out of your mouth with this program. This is something that I talked to Simon about several months ago, but I didn't have all my ducks in a row like you absolutely have here, and this is phenomenal. I think this is a fantastic program. Ms. Moyer talked at our last meeting about being stewards of this land, and this is a perfect example of showing that stewardship. I couldn't be more supportive of this. I think it's a fantastic idea.
Just so you know, all of this has been ran by Heather, and we've got all of our ducks in the row here of how we need to fund it and how we need to do it. So we have had the approval of legal on this. Steve?
Yeah, I'm very supportive of this program too. I think it's wonderful. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I think our city should be doing. So this $50,000 from the sale of the land, we haven't sold the land yet. If this land deal falls through, what are we going to do?
I'm going to take it from the franchise fee fund.
We'll do it anyway. Okay, cool, thanks.
And just to clarify, I don't think we put the initial funding source in the ordinance.
I think we did.
No.
It's in the whereas clause, but I left it out of the other just in
In case that the land didn't sell.
Yes.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And just for kind of references, the franchise fee brings in about $350,000 a year. So,
what's that money being spent on now?
We use it for different things. We kind of use it as almost kind of like a rainy day fund on, like, if we have a major incident where we need to pull money. It's helped the water department. It's where if I have to loan money to the water department for some major repair, it comes from there.
Several
Yeah,
years
those
ago,
go- Sorry.
several years ago, we had a big rock slide over the Grotto Spring that at that time, this pre-COVID, was $300,000.
Well, it's general fund money. So
Right,
that money
yeah.
goes into your general fund, and then you can use it however you wish.
It is not tax money. It hasn't come from any tax source. It's come from revenue.
So you're not stealing from Peter Paper?
No.
No,
Well,
absolutely not.
it is technically a tax on the,
Well,
which is passed on to us people, rate holders, on the electric bill. Mr. Mayor?
Mr. Meyer?
I noticed that now that we're talking about franchise fees, I've noticed that the Municipal League has a department for helping us negotiate
Yeah.
better franchise fees than what we're getting. And the one thing that I thought about was not so much getting more money from them, but like something like Cox, who will not go over 100 feet from a pole to a house, so there's people that can't have high-speed internet. I think we should probably negotiate that out of Cox so that every person who can afford to have high-speed internet, because that's the only way we can get it is from Cox, to be able to get it. And maybe we can squeeze a little more money out of some of them.
Maybe.
All right, anybody else have any questions on this ordinance? Someone want to make a motion to assign the ordinance a number and read it for passage?
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we assign this ordinance a number and read it by title only for the first reading.
Suspend the rules and...
Suspend the rules.
Second.
Sorry, Terry, I tried.
All right.
You need to learn it someday.
Mr. Amazino made a motion to sign this ordinance a number and suspend the rules and read it by title only. Any further discussion on this ordinance? All right, hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung,
Yes.
Harry Meyer.
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer,
Yes.
David Amanzino,
Yes.
Steve Holyfield.
Yes.
Susan Gruning.
Yes.
I would love to read it, but he took mine.
oh, I'm sorry.
Here. I need a number on it.
Come on.
All right.
Okay, well then, let me have mine back.
We've been passing ordinances around all day long between her and I.
Here, do you want this one?
82?
So it would be 2382.
Don't you need it?
I mean,
An ordinance establishing a low-income household water assistance program for the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, creating the LIHWAP fund, authorizing the use of franchise fee revenue and other lawful sources, providing the administration eligibility and limitations, and for other purposes.
All right, get a motion to approve this ordinance 2382 on first reading.
I move to approve ordinance number 2382 on its first reading.
Here, a second.
Second.
All right, Mr. Meyer made the motion to approve ordinance 2382 on its first reading, and Mr. Amanzino seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Terry McClung,
Yes.
Harry Meyer,
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer,
Yes.
David Amanzino,
Yes.
Steve Holyfield,
Yes.
Susan Gruning.
Yes.
All right,
Mr. Mayor,
yes.
I move that we suspend the rules, read ordinance 2382 on its second reading by title only.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Meyer made the motion to suspend the rules and read ordinance 2382 on by title only, and Mr. Amanzino seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung,
Yeah.
Harry Meyer,
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer,
Yes.
David Amanzino,
Yes.
Steve Holyfield,
Yes.
Susan Gruning.
Yes.
An
Mr.
ordinance,
Go ahead.
An ordinance establishing a low-income household water assistance program, LIHWAPO, for the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, creating the LIHWAP fund, authorizing the use of franchise fee revenue and other lawful sources, providing for administration, eligibility, and limitations, and for other purposes.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve ordinance 2382 on its second reading by,
Second.
Who seconded? Okay, Mr. Green seconded. Mr. Meyer made the motion to suspend the rules. No, I made the motion to approve ordinance 2382 on second reading, and Ms. Green seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Terry McClung.
Yeah.
Harry Meyer.
Yes.
Rochelle Moyer.
Yes.
David Amadzino.
Yes.
Steve Holyfield.
Yes.
Susan Greening.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll hold
job,
off and
guys.
read this next time at our next council meeting.
We'll do this.
All right, get a motion to discuss increased planning department by $50,000 for development plan.
Motion to discuss.
Second?
All right.
It's, they have it in, it is a line item, I guess, in your budget. Is that what it is? Or no, she said it's,
Bid planning.
it's planning, but it's.
Michael, are you there? Yeah. I can't see you back there. You're hidden.
No. Okay, so in the budget that we handed out, what Cassie had related to me was that she was applying for a $50,000 grant, and so in her budget, she put $50,000 in income from the grant and a $50,000 grant expense. So I've been texting her, asking her about it, and it's a grant for the Historic Preservation Society. So I think she's got it in the wrong place. I don't think it needs to go into planning. It's probably going to go into the 01 budget. So we'll probably be moving that up to the 01 budget out of her planning budget.
And HDC?
Yeah, I'm not sure where we put those in the past, and she wasn't sure. So we'll have to do a little bit more research on it.
Historic district.
But she has applied for that grant, and she will have an answer by March on whether or not that grant has been approved or not.
Do we know what that grant's for, did you say?
Historic district, historic preservation, it's a historic preservation grant.
That's different than what,
Yeah, I think that's different than what Susan's talking about.
Yeah, more HDC.
Yeah, that's more HDC.
I think we need to look at Planning Commission's request. I mean, we're wanting to put the pressure on the idea of this new, what do you call it?
Vision.
Life plan for the city, the vision plan.
Vision plan.
So, I mean, you look at them, everybody, other cities pay for them, and they cost a whole lot more money than any $50,000. And I don't know if 50 will get us one, but I don't know that we can afford to spend more than that for something like that either. I'm not really sure of the avenues to take, but I think we need to support Planning Commission on it, in some form or fashion. So.
Ms. Moyer?
I agree with Terry. I think that just from the research that I've done, I know that a land use plan unlocks a lot of things for visioning and planning for a city. And to have one, I'm not even sure that the city has ever had one. I haven't been able to find that. So I would also want to support planning in their efforts. I'm assuming that they've done their due diligence to know that for $50,000 they could get a land use plan started, and I would be in support of that as well. I'm curious, since we're sort of in the budgeting process, if Michael had any ideas, or if someone has ideas about where some of that money could come from to help support that. I would be interested to know. Sorry to put you on the spot.
That's okay. You're talking about something. We would have to look at either somewhere in our general revenue source, under our general fund, because kind of how you have it, you have all your taxes and your income. That is our general revenue, and underneath that umbrella, you have police, fire, all that. So planning would fall underneath there. That's where her budget falls underneath. That's where her salary and everything is paid out. So we would have to look and try to find a source there, and it's tight. I mean, it's really tight, because going forward, I really projected our taxes only with the rate of inflation to go up. So that's probably our biggest source of money there. We could look and see if there's any other money that can be found. But it would be really tight. I mean, it would probably be best to get some real numbers about kind of what kind of money we're talking about, as far as like how much it would cost, that kind of stuff. And if we got that, then we would, have a better able to see where we could put it in. So.
I would be interested to see kind of how they got to that number. And I'm also thinking that, if we couldn't cobble together $50,000, we could cobble together something, and if that meant that we save to continue to put towards something like that, then based on what they wanted to do, I suppose we could save.
And that, and that's what I'm saying. If it's going to be $15,000 for the report or $20,000, then it might be easier to come up with that than it would be like the total 50. So kind of probably the best thing would be for Cassie to get a plan together from the Planning Commission of what they're wanting to do and with some real cost to it of what it's going to be, and then present that, and we could look at it going forward from there. So
With our budget workshops and
Yes.
things coming up, we can get Cassie to do some research, and we can talk to Municipal League with Jim Von Tunglen and see what he feels and what's been done on there. So we can
And like
go
I said
from-
earlier with grants, we have a really good source with Municipal League that they let us know about every grant that's out there, that we can check with them from $5,000, $50,000 up to $5 million. There's a lot of different grants out there. There's a lot of specific grants out there, but even if we, when you get into a higher match, a lot of cities back off on those grants, so there's a little bit more money out there. So even if you found a grant that was a 50% match and it was, $40,000 and we had to pay 20 and they paid 20 out of the grant, that would even be a good thing. So, to really research it and to figure out exactly what they want to spend the money on, how much it's going to cost, and what are our sources to fund it.
Well, I think that's a fine idea, but I think we need to look at it. We can go for the grant and go that route, but I think we need to look at it coming out of our money first. I think we need to look at it, like Butch said, coming up for the budget workshop and see if it fits anywhere, if we can, and I think I'm sure they'll try and find us some numbers to plug in, and I hope, like you, lower than higher, of course.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, anybody else have anything? Ms. Grundy?
I'm sure, that Susan can come back with something or planning and then prioritize, and maybe something can be pushed to next year while using some of that money to research what they need to for this year. So when is the budget workshop? Because this is something that we need to get approved and in the budget before January.
2 weeks.
So kind of, Susan, just to answer some of the questions from earlier, or it may be even Susan's question. What we typically do is in the month of November, or at the end of October, I have all the department heads submit their budgets to me. During the month of November, we go over them. They come in. We argue back and forth a little bit. And so then we put that together. I present it to y'all now. And then we have the month of December to talk about it. We have the beginning of January to talk about it. We just have to have it approved by the end of January. So if we need to have more workshops. I know it's kind of holiday season in December, but if we need to have more workshops in January, we can. It's a kind of a longer process. We just have to have it approved by the end of January. So.
Okay. Because their budget is what right now? Like, what is their current budget right now?
Our budget ends at the end of the,
Planning's budget?
I would have to look.
500?
Yeah.
750?
Well,
No.
No,
Planning's budget includes Cassie's salary, includes the benefits, it includes postage, it includes travel, things like that for her. So it does include a lot more money that's not just.
And I'm sorry, it's 750 for professional services, which is what we would be looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
Anybody else?
Hey, Michael, maybe we can squeeze the franchise freeze a little more to get some money.
Maybe.
All right, if that's all of our business for tonight. Agenda setting, outside of what's already been noted. Ms. Moyer? do you
I'd
have
like to
something?
add hospital financials to that for next
Okay.
agenda.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir?
I'd like to add HDC requirements for new building.
Do you want to, can you send me something, elaborate later
I
on
will,
on that?
yeah.
Okay, so we can get a little bit prepared? All right. Anybody else? All right, if nothing else, city council comments. Ms. Greening, we'll start with your side.
You know, I had been out of town, so I don't really have a lot right now.
Well, all right, Mr. Holyfield?
I attended the hospital open house last week on Thursday. Got a personal tour by Tiffany Means on the new setup areas. The 2 old surgical units were turned into treatment centers and a training center, and also a computer center where someone could come in and talk to the doctors via computer instead of going all the way over to Fayetteville to meet with doctors. I think I'm really happy to see that the hospital staff is really positive and looking forward to the future. I also attended the animal shelter fundraiser on Saturday. Eureka Springs loves our pets. I think they raised quite a bit of money. I really hope they did. And as the mayor said, we have a vacancy on HDC. That vacancy is...
CAPC.
Wait.
CAPC.
No, we have one on CAPC. We also have one on HDC. And the HDC vacancy is Maggie Haid, who has resigned. And she's been on the commission for many years. And I just want to say thank you very much, Maggie Haid, for all your volunteer work and stepping up as one of our neighbors to do your part for the community. She'll be missed. You did a great job as commissioner. So thank you, Maggie Haid. Also, CAPC workshop, 12:10. We don't have a topic yet. Then our regular meeting's been moved to the 18th because of the Christmas. So, and that's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Almazzino?
Yeah, I wanted to take a minute and just extend my appreciation and gratitude to Ida Meyer for her service as city clerk. It's not an easy job. It is one of the most demanding roles, I think, in municipal government, often operating under intense pressure and public scrutiny, and I am grateful for the work that she's done in a high-stress environment. I also want to make it clear that the votes that were cast tonight are in no way regarding her position. They are not personal. They're decisions that had to be made to continue the success of our city and the continuity of the business that we have to run here. I wish her the very best in whatever she plans to do moving forward. And I also want to take this time to thank Christina. We don't often ask the mayor how employees are doing. It's not our job, but you're very visible in your position, and I want to say thank you for helping us out and the mayor.
Thank you.
Ms. Moyer?
Yeah, I also want to say thank you to Christina for filling in and getting us through a tough spot, and with a smiling face, and all of the printouts that must have taken forever to do. So thank you for that. I also would say the same thing about the votes tonight, not being personal, but only with the intention to keep the city moving to serve the citizens. I wanted to say thank you to all the employees, city employees who've done such an amazing job in getting the Christmas decorations up. There's so much effort and work, and everybody loves it. And so I wanted to express my appreciation to them. I wanted to say thank you to Michael. This is amazing, and I'm so excited about this. This is such a positive, wonderful thing that I know a lot of people are going to be very thankful for. So thanks for putting all of the effort, everyone, into getting that put together, and such a nice, neat package to approve. And then finally, I want to say, come join me for the turkey trot at Lake Leatherwood. I plan on running at 8 a.m. before I eat a whole bunch of turkey. So I would love to see you all out there. That's it.
Where is it?
It's at Lake Leatherwood, meeting at the playground.
Is it like a 5K, 1K?
It's just around the lake. As far as you want to go.
Around the lake. Rocks, hills.
I would say maybe it's like just under 5 miles around the lake. Yeah. But you don't have to go the whole way. Come on.
We can come cheer you on, right?
Sure.
Okay.
If you start at the ball fields and go around the lake and back, it's 5 miles.
Yeah, I think it's
If you start down at the lake, it's not anywhere near that long.
Oh, okay.
All right, Ms. Myers.
Well, it looks like Mr. Marple still doesn't like me. It started when I informed the building inspector that Mr. Marple's had a camper parked on the city street for 2 years. 2 years in violation of our city ordinance. He would be gone for months and then come back and work. Mess all the way to, he's finally cleaned his mess up on the street. He's chastised my new tenant for parking on the street while he's unloading his furniture to take down to his apartment. That's the shape Mr. Marple's in. And he got his building permits, he got his permission when none of the people on the street got a letter from the HDC stating this is a level 3, there's going to be a hearing, and there's going to be two-room houses on our, basically, family homes on the street. There isn't a house that's even, every house on that street is 3 times as big as one of those things. They don't fit the community. Had the neighborhood learned and they'd come to a hearing, he wouldn't have been able to build anything there. But he still thinks he can own the street. He built his house within 5 feet of the city property. And if somebody parks there, even 6 inches, not even bothering his access to his property, he starts squawking. And his only friend on the street happens to be the lady across the street who falsely accused me of running her over. I didn't run the woman over. And she has been harassing me for almost a year. A neighbor down at the end of the street could hear her screaming at me from her house because I parked the wrong way and she didn't like it. Calling these guys on the phone, just getting them all worked up. They called the police because my truck was parked on the street in front of a lot they just bought. They weren't doing anything there. They just wanted me moved. So there's 4 police officers, and I got to say to the police chief, they were very, very respectful and kind, and the officer that spoke with me said, yes, I know. You don't have to move your truck, but they're accusing you of being petty. And my answer to that was, his car is parked in front of the neighbor's property. They've got 150 foot of street frontage, and he's parked over there in front of the neighbor. So it has absolutely nothing to do other than they got it out for me. Not one of the other people on the street enjoy these people being there. And it's gone too far. I'm just tired of them coming in here and accusing me. And he's lied. I don't even know who the people were that bought his lot. He lied about that. He just wanted to take the opportunity because he's upset because my tenant now is parked on the street and 6 feet of his pickup truck happens to be in front of Mr. Markle's lot. That's the reason he came. He dreamed up a whole new story. That's all I got to say. And believe me, guys, I'm seriously worried about my child, and I hope she finds something. That's all.
Mr. McClung?
Tough job, Ida, and sorry it didn't work out, that's for sure. And just wish you the best for whatever you're looking for. You know, the town is still a good place for you to live, so you don't have to go anywhere. Also, the Christmas decorations truly are looking really, really good. The top of Plainer Hill, when I came down tonight, was not bad at all. So I can't wait for the holidays.
What do you want from Santa?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
I want to, when y'all were talking, and the council was talking and with their announcements, it made me reflect back on, you know, we're coming up on Thanksgiving, and we all, or at least I have, and I think we all do, have a lot to be grateful for. And if nothing, you know, the least of which is to be able to live in this wonderful town. And you know, I am so blessed to have the staff, Christina, Kim, Mike, Billy, you know, Gary, I mean, all the department heads, Simon, because in Parks, I've just got, the city wouldn't be anywhere looking near as good as it does without the staff that I have. And I've just been blessed to be able to have them and be able to work for the city.
Thank you.
And, you know, I'm double blessed with, seems like having good finance directors who think outside the box. And Michael certainly needs to be commended for coming up and thinking about, you know, helping, how can we help senior citizens pay the water bill? Because we've been talking about that. And before Michael, Lonnie was our finance director, and he's the one who came up and thinking outside of the box. When our tax, our 1 cent sales tax to help fund the water and sewer failed, Lonnie came up with the idea of the I&I fund, and that's been very successful. And hopefully, you know, we can get rid of it as soon as we get the sales tax passed to help us follow through with the rest of our infrastructure and through here. So, you know, I think, like I said, I've been real grateful for everybody that works within the City Hall, and especially, and bless Ida, you know, I know she's been sick and she's had some serious illness in through there, and our thoughts and prayers are out there with her. And the stress that was going on through this. And Kim and Christina and the rest of the City Hall have picked up a lot of the slack in trying to help out. And Ida, you know, I wish you the best, and I hope you get to feeling better and whatever. Hope you find out whatever it is and be able to work through it. You know, our thoughts are with you on through there. I also want to make note, too, somebody mentioned earlier about the hospital, and we had a Rural Hospital Day. It was celebrated last week, and I read a resolution celebrating the rural hospitals, and we were able to go through the hospital, and I encouraged the city council members who weren't able to make it to call Tiffany, and she'll give you a tour through what they've done up there. It looks just incredible what they've done and what they've accomplished. And I want to thank the Eureka Springs, or the Eureka Independent paper, for being there and making notice of it too. You know, so they were, you know, the newspaper that was able to go through and take the photographs. It just looks wonderful compared to the way it was. I didn't even recognize the work that had been going on back there. So, you know, Tiffany and her staff have done a great job in through there. And I think that's, again, we're so blessed to be able to have a facility like the Eureka Hospital for our Rural Hospital Association, or Rural Hospital designation through here. So, you know, this being holiday season, we've got a lot of activities going on. I'm glad Ms. Moyer mentioned the turkey trot, because that's one of the items that I forgot to have on here. So we've got that one covered. But we have a lot of lights going on. We got the drive-through light display up at the Great Passion Play that's going on now through January 1. It starts from dark through 8 o'clock Fridays through Sundays. November the 28th, we have a Doc Fest at the Carnegie, which is a month-long documentary film series hosted by the Eureka Springs Public Library. Bringing our community together every Friday night to explore inspiring true stories from around the world. And that's on Fridays, November 28th, 6 to 8 p.m. And then on Friday, also the 28th, from 7:30 to 9:30, we have the Winter of Wizards of Winter, which is a fun-filled event for the whole family. This is going to be something that will let everybody know the magic is still there. And I think that's in the auditorium, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
So also going on, Shop Small Saturday. So if you haven't bought your Christmas presents yet, now's a good time to go downtown and support our local businesses. Saturday, November 29th through the 31st will be the holiday home decorating contest, and there'll be awards and prizes for that. Saturday, November 29th at 5 o'clock in the Basin Spring Park, we'll have the Eureka Springs tree lighting ceremony. So come on down and experience the Christmas of the small town here. Also that evening at 6 o'clock, from 6 to 8, we'll have the Nutcracker Suites, which is a holiday tradition for kids and families. The Ignite Dance group will present its annual Nutcracker performance to the community here in the auditorium. So again, great event. On December the 4th, we'll have the 58th annual Silver Tea from 1:30 to 3:30 up the Crystal Dining Room at the Crescent Hotel. And again, this is going to be, that hotel ballroom will be turned into a winter wonderland by the St. James Episcopal Church. And that's always a lot of very nice event going on. A lot of people show up from that, not only locally but out of town for that. So Christmas meets the Maker Arts and Crafts Show down at the Main Stage Community Center, December 5th and 6th from 11 to 5. Arts and Crafts Show benefiting Main Stage Community Center. So again, it's another great place if you haven't bought your Christmas gifts to go down there and buy a one-of-a-kind gift. Christmas Festival at First Penn Baptist Memorial, which is a community Christmas festival, which will be held at the Baptist Church on December the 5th from 4 to 6 as a lead-in to the parade, so the family can enjoy kid-friendly games, candies, and Christmas card stations and season treats, and the classic Charlie Brown Christmas will be shown. And seating, of course, will be available in front of the church. So better get there early, because that seating always gets filled up. And then, of course, at 6 o'clock on Friday the 5th, we'll have the Christmas Parade of Lights going from downtown Eureka. Also on the free Christmas movie at the Odd will be the Muppet Christmas Carol, classic Christmas movie starting at 7:30, and I think that's on Friday also, December the 5th. Yeah. And then Santa in the Park will be there from 12 to 5, so come on down for that. Golly, we got 3 pages of Christmas. Woo! Christmas at the Inns, a heart and hospitality tour of Eureka. Oh, instead of the home tours, they're having the Christmas at the Inns this year. So it's December the 6th. You'll have 9 of Eureka's most beautiful lodging, historic bed and breakfast, charming boutique inns, and grand historic hotels. So each property will open its doors and showcase the holiday magic and offering cider and cocoa and cookies. So Then from December 6th, 13th, and 20th, from 1 to 4, we'll have the Eureka Express. It's the first time we've had this. It's Magic Christmas Story Time at the train station. Enjoy a heartwarming Christmas stories from Santa, hot cocoa, and a special surprise on all 3 Saturdays. Again, that'll be on December 6th, 13th, and 20th from 1 to 4. And it's free for everybody. Free Christmas movie at the auditorium. Scrooge will be played on Saturday, December the 6th at 7:30. And then one of my favorites is the Arkansas Highland Brass Band Christmas concert. And that will be December the 7th at 2 p.m. For a holiday concert. And the Arkansas Highland Brass Band is a British-style brass band playing around northwest Arkansas. If you've never seen them, they're a great band. It's all brass. So if you like the trumpets and trombones and that type of music, this is one for you. And then for the little children, they got the Teddy Bear Tea. That's Teddy Bear Tea at the Crescent Hotel for the 5th annual Teddy Bear Tea. So guests are invited to savor a child-friendly tea menu and hot cocoa designed for young guests and their families. That's December the 7th from 3 to 4. And I wish everybody a happy holidays and Thanksgiving, and eat all that you can. And I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So done.